All right, so if you clicked on the video, you obviously already know what this is about. How to fix shitty ab genetics. I feel like I'm pretty qualified to talk on this because I used to have abs that looked like this. I'll insert a picture here. And even in the more recent, past, a year ago, I still didn't have very good abs. I honestly still don't have very good abs because I don't have very good genetics for them. But I think that they made quite a drastic improvement. I'll show the pictures in the exact same lighting, and you can see for yourself whether you think it made an improvement. But yes, how are we going to fix our shitty ab genetics? Now, for me, the journey was like a couple different things, and to be honest, abs are the simplest muscle ever to train and by far the most overcomplicated. It's like, I know we all started out watching these 10-minute ab videos where they do fucking planks and whole bunch of sit-ups and all this shit. It's like, fuck out of here. We're not doing all that. All you need to know, training abs, make it so simple for you, is getting your spine from here to here. And congratulations, you just trained your abs. Now, if you want to train your obliques, literally just like this and this. There you go. So that's the video, guys. Hey, I'll see you guys next time. No, I'm just kidding. So that is how you train them, right? Literally, I'll give you 2 exercises. I'll pop a video of me doing them because the form is important. So those 2 exercises are going to be decline crunches. And so that's going to be on that bench that you put your feet in, and it kind of locks you in and you can go back down. Pop up a video. Don't even need to explain what it is. And then the second one is going to be cable crunches. If you're starting out, start out with the cable crunches because they're much easier to progressively overload. Even now on the decline crunches, I'm literally I'll hold a 2.5 pound plate. I'll pop up a video I found earlier where it's I'm holding it in front, but you really want to hold it above your head. And it's I'm only doing 2.5 pounds on that. So it's body weight for those, if you are correctly doing them, is incredibly hard. I'm just editing the video now. I realized I didn't explain what good form looks like. So what good form looks like on decline crunches is it's going to be your lower back should never touch the bench. The only part of your body that should be touching the bench is going to be your butt and your upper back if you want. Just thought I would explain that real quick just so that that's all clear. It's not necessarily the easiest exercise to do, but I find that now that's my go-to, my favorite, definitely my favorite exercise, the decline crunch. I still do cable crunches, just to be clear. They're still amazing. They're still very progressible, and that's amazing. That's all we're looking for when we're training, is to be able to progress. Shit, got interrupted making a pizza. Gonna just crush this, I guess, while I make this vid. But where was I? Cable crunches, progressible, amazing. Purely spinal flexion. Big mistake people make is moving at the hips, right? So we don't want to be crunching down, and obviously I'll be on my knees but for this I'm standing, who cares, whatever. You don't want to be going like this, right? The range of motion should never be this big, okay? Really, all that it is, I'll pull this tight, literally stretch back as much as you can, all right? And then down. You notice how my hips are not moving, right? Nothing here, from here downwards, does not move while you do these. And that is very important because you're going to be able to use a lot more weight when you're doing the form incorrectly. So I really recommend first couple times you do it, do not go too heavy and really prioritize learning the form, because once you do, your abs will make a huge improvement. Now, here's a little bit more of like a niche thing that was a huge issue for me, and that was when I started lifting, I had something called rib flare, and I kind of still have it. I'll show when I'm like not like flexing. You can kind of see like my rib a little bit poking out here, but I'll pop up an old photo. When I first started lifting, it was like really bad, and I did research into it, all this stuff, and I found this one guy on YouTube, and you know, this may be bro science. I have no fucking idea if this is like truth or not, but this worked for me, and it took a while, I won't lie, so it's like it may take time, but most of you guys that have really bad rib flare just do not have strong abs. And what worked for me, what this guy on YouTube said, was you need to just flex your abs all the time and really like pull in those ribs to where they are coming back to where they should be. And I mean, at the end of the day, rib flare is a postural issue, it's a breathing issue, right? So it is caused by incorrect breathing form, right? Not being able to take a full breath, and that's what it is. But how do we correct it, right? Not by just breathing differently. It's kind of hard to like change that, and it may be something that you always have. Like I still have it a little bit, as I showed, but it's like when you compare what it was to what it is now, it's like night and day difference. So yeah, big one is gonna be fixing that. If you have it, it is a curse. I understand it is brutal, but flex your abs all the time. You're at the gym, pull up your shirt, look at your abs, look at how they're looking, and that's gonna be a big one. Oh, totally forgot to mention this, but lose body fat, right? Obviously that's only gonna go so far, because you could lose body fat and still not have very good abs. Milk, good protein. It is gonna make a huge difference. It is by far the biggest difference, but it's not gonna give you that look that you want, right? It's like, I've been really shredded before and I was not satisfied with how they looked in my day-to-day, and I'm not as lean as I've ever been. I'm definitely pretty lean. Like I would say I'm around somewhere in like the 10 to 12 range, which is, you know, by like definitely lean enough that almost pretty much anyone should be having good ab definition. So you're on to number 4 now, and that is how to flex your abs. So I have countless pictures of me pulling up my shirt and showing off my abs when I was like 16 years old, you know, 17, whatever. And it's just like, it didn't look right. It's, you know, and the reason for that is that I was flexing my abs wrong. So I'll give a little example. So I can flex them. This lighting fucking sucks, but you see I can flex them like this, and it's like, because, you know, my ab insertions are not the most ideal, they kind of just like point down like this. And some of you guys may have this, or it's, you know, where it's like you're flexing like down and out, like through your belly, right? Like that, right? Not so good. So what we are going to want to do is we're going to want to practice doing vacuums. So what does that look like? We all seen the Rich Piana video trying to shrink our waist. Ready? We're going to breathe out all the way. Right? So when we're doing our vacuums, that is, you know, I wouldn't say that like I noticed that doing vacuums all the time really changes your waist at all, by the way, just to throw that in there. What I do notice is that it is a good way to train your abdominal wall to flex your abs properly, right? So before, it's like I would be flexing them and it would go like this, right? Push out, right? And that's not aesthetic. That doesn't get you a small waist. What we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna breathe out. You don't need to breathe out all the way, but breathe out, right? And then we're gonna wanna suck up like we're going to do a vacuum, but instead of letting our ribs come out like that, right? You can kind of see, right? My ribs are moving out. We're gonna wanna try and suck our ribs in while doing that pulling up motion, right? And this is gonna be the end result of it. Much more aesthetic, right? So that's like the big cue, right? Is imagine you're doing a vacuum, but you're not sucking your stomach in, you're sucking up and in from the side, right? So that, I would say that right there was like the biggest difference, but I did figure that out like relatively early on, and then it was kind of about fine tuning it. And I'm honestly like only now within like the past like maybe month or so, I've gotten to a point where I'm like satisfied with how my abs are starting to look. Obviously, like I still want to like grow them more, look even better. It is honestly, other than maybe your shoulders, it is the most important muscle for aesthetics. Honestly, it's like I'm not even that big, and if you were to go back and show me my physique, show my physique now to myself when I was 16, this is my dream physique. Obviously, this is not my dream physique anymore as I've gone down the rabbit hole. Nowhere even close. We're trying to be David Lade here, but if I was to go back, I'd be pretty happy. It's like I got myself a six-pack. That's fucking awesome. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hopefully this like helps someone, because honestly I wish I would have had a video like this starting out. I had to figure this shit out all on my own pretty much over the years, but this is literally all you need to do. If you do all these things and you still have fucking shitty abs, I don't know, I can't help you, man. You're a freak. That's all I can say. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.